Hi everyone, it's Alison from Crochet Connections again, and today our video is going to be on double crochet. I have my swatch here again, and this is our double crochet stitch. And I also have another example here. As you can see, this cute little N. This stitches here are regular double crochets, and these points are made on the inside using decreases and on the outside increases. It's another thing we're going to learn. So you can see how something very simple can turn this very standard beanie into something personalized and very cute. So as always, we're going to start with our chains and our slip knot. So we have our yarn, and normally I've shown you how to do this with 2 fingers, but if you've been practicing, I do it with 1 finger now. So I just wrap it around over my 1 finger. I take my yarn over the top of the first loop but leave it on my finger. Take the yarn from the back, up and over and off, and I pull my finger up to tighten this loop here. And we'll just run quickly over the chains, so I'll just pull that tight. So remember how you're holding your yarn. I like to hold mine with my fingers like this, with, remember, your scissors and your gun fingers, using your middle finger and your thumb. Other people like to wind it around their little finger, then use their scissor fingers, their gun fingers, middle and their thumb. So whichever way is most comfortable for you. And of course, however you like to hold your crochet hook. Okay, so do you remember how to do your yarn over? Well, we'll go over that again. We're making sure our hook is pointing down, as it is here. We're going to go under our yarn, go behind it, and bring our hook over the top. And we're going to remember to keep our tension up a little bit. So you can see how there's a little bit of looseness there, just in here, because I've had my hook pulling up, and just pull straight through, and just pull at a little bit of an angle when you go through that loop. When you get to about here, start to pull at an angle so that your loop doesn't fall off your hook. Okay, so once again we reposition our thumb and middle finger, and I just need to tighten my yarn here. Doesn't matter if you have to stop and pull on your yarn here. That's good to help you keep the right tension. Okay, so once again, and if you need to turn your hook when you go around your yarn, feel free to do that. I find it sometimes distracts me, and I find it easier just to keep my hook facing down, because I know it will come through then. Because if I have, as you can see, my hook is facing the back. If I do this, I know I have to physically turn my hook, and I'll just show you my wrist action then. I know I have to physically do this. You see how much extra work my wrist is doing? Whereas I know that's the only work I have to do with my wrist if I keep my hook straight. Okay, so I'll go over that again. I'm holding the last chain I just did with my thumb and my middle finger. I've got my tension on my yarn, I've got my hook facing down, I'm going under my yarn, behind it and back over. I've got my hook facing down, I've got a little bit of pressure on the loop here. You can either do that by pulling up on your loop, or by putting just a little bit of pressure on the chain down here where your thumb and your finger is, and pulling through. So I'll do that one more time, and once you get used to doing your chains, you'll be able to do 4 or 5 without moving these fingers. So I'll just move mine a little bit and we'll do that again. So you go under your yarn, around the back and over, and come straight through with your hook at that little bit of an angle. And that's the beginning of your chains. And I have some chains already made up that I have a little demonstration prepared before we move on to our single crochet. double crochet, sorry, my apologies. I have a little demonstration made up before we move on to our double crochet.